Hey, welcome back to Time to RV. Today we're going to be talking about the top issues that Brinkley Model Zs have been having. We're part of quite a few different Brinkley owners groups. We've talked to other people who own Brinkley Model Zs. We own a Brinkley Model Z 3610. Ours is a 2025, but we've gathered a lot of data from the owners group and people that we know from all Model Zs and years. So here are the top issues that we see that you might want to know about before either looking into Brinkley or purchasing a Model Z from Brinkley.
So a big issue that I've seen inside of these communities is there was, I guess, a batch of these Furrion refrigerators that had warranty claims on them, and so a lot of people have had to get this replaced. They've had issues with it turning on, with it not staying on, with only the freezer working and not the refrigerator, or the refrigerator working and not the freezer working. Fortunately, Brinkley has been willing to fix all these issues that people have had, but it probably is annoying to have your refrigerator not working. So that is another issue that I've seen, especially in the Model Zs with this Furrion refrigerator. The next issue is not one that I see very often, but it is one that I've seen a couple of times, and it's really two different issues. One is the microwave will just stop working. People have complained about the microwave. It'll just stop working, and they have to call Brinkley in order to get a replacement. Fortunately for them, Brinkley has great customer service and sends them out a new microwave, either for them to install themselves if they need it to be installed, rapidly and fast. Brinkley will send it out, and then they have tech support that will actually get on live with you and help you install it if you're not familiar with how to install it, or you can get a mobile tech to help you install it. The second issue that happens is, I've only seen it maybe one or two times, where people will say this down here will fall. I don't really know exactly what to call it, but this will fall down and they don't know how to put it back in place. So that's the only other issue that happens with this microwave. Another issue that I've seen, I haven't seen it with later Model Zs, but earlier Model Zs, there was a lot of people saying that right here there would be a crack. Now Brinkley has responded and said that it was just a cosmetic thing that they could fix and it wasn't structural, but I haven't seen in the later Model Z that it was in earlier Model Zs. A lot of people who had early Model 24 said that there would start being a crack right here, but we haven't had that issue in ours, and Brinkley, like I said, addressed it and said that it was just a cosmetic issue and would help you fix it if you needed help fixing it. Another issue was the Kurt pin box that they put on here. I guess it was not torqued the right way, so there was a recall on it where you'd have to call and get them to torque it to specs because it wasn't torqued properly. Another issue that's happened is sometimes there'll be a crack right here that members have posted, but this is not just a Brinkley issue. It is an RV fifth wheel issue that happens that they can't necessarily figure out why yet. Another issue that people have said has happened is this door right here. This is a door leading into the bathroom. A lot of people say that it comes off the rails, and there's not an easy way that they've found to fix it. So if you do get a Model Z and this happens to you, from what I hear, it is very difficult to put this door back on this rail here. As you can see, this door slides. It's not touching the ground. The rail is in between these two. There's two pieces of wood here that it sits in between. But that's another issue that people have said happens, is this door will fall off, get off the rails, and is very difficult to put back in place. The next issue is not really just a Brinkley specific issue. It's something that happens in a lot of RVs, especially if the bedroom happens to be in the front of the cab part. There's moisture that builds up behind the mattress, and so you have to either put something under the mattress to try to help reduce the moisture, just to create like a barrier between the mattress and the wood. Also having fans running helps a lot, but that is an issue that happens not just in Brinkley, but I have seen it a lot in the Brinkley community where moisture will build up behind the mattress. So that's just something that doesn't just happen specifically to Brinkley, but because we're referring to Brinkley here, it is something that I've seen in these groups quite often. The next issue that I've seen happen a lot is with these drum brakes. People will say grease gets inside the brake and pretty much makes them useless and they can't stop. Now Brinkley is addressing this on the Zs. They're putting on a new suspension system as well as new braking system. So moving forward, we really shouldn't see that issue, but a lot of people have said that the brakes will get grease in them, the drum brakes that come on the Brinkleys, and it will make them pretty much not usable and makes it very dangerous to stop. And then the final issue that I've seen that has to do with the axles and such is people say that there's not enough grease inside the wet bolts. So that's something that they feel you should check right when you get your Brinkley, is to make sure that there's enough grease in the wet bolts, because for whatever reason people have said that there's not enough grease in there, and that's a problem I've seen on any RV that has wet bolts, but just something to check and be aware of. All right, now we've shown you some of the top issues that you should just be aware of as a new Model Z owner, or maybe you're in the market for a Model Z. These are issues that we haven't really had. Most of the issues that we've shown you here today, we haven't had, and Brinkley has addressed all the issues really, either by helping people fix or replace anything that was broken, or by changing some of the things in their models, so that way you don't have to deal with those in newer or later models. And Brinkley customer support has been really great, so that's a big component of any RV, is making sure that whatever RV brand you're going to buy, the manufacturer is going to stand behind their product. You're going to be able to get a hold of them, and they're willing to fix the issues when they arise. And one thing that I can say, just from being inside the Brinkley owner group and the communities of Brinkley owners, is Brinkley is inside of there. They're listening to feedback. They're listening to, you know, what people are having issues with. And guess what? They're actually addressing it at the factory level and making improvements to their models, which is a great thing to have a company that actually cares about what the consumer says, but also is willing to fix the issues that the consumers are having issues with.
Absolutely. The Brinkley warranty also is great. That was one of the reasons we decided on a Brinkley. So just keep that in mind. Yes, I know other RVs have warranties, but look into the warranty. And if you can, get into groups or talk to people who own whatever brand it is that you're looking into, and make sure, yes, they have a warranty, which they're going to have, but that it's actually getting fixed and they're not giving you problems, because unfortunately we've met people who have other brands, and this is not saying anything against other brands, but they're essentially not willing to fix a lot of the issues that they have, and we have not seen that with Brinkley so far. So we have had good luck with our Brinkley Model Z, but again, these are just some issues to be aware of and just be precautious of before you look into and get your Model Z. So thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys in the next Time to RV video. See ya.